Right, Ray, China there, as you just heard from that reel, clearly ignoring President Ferdinand Marcos Jr.'s hard-hitting statements in Australia. What can the Philippines actually do at this point for China to take the president's words seriously?
Well, I think that really what the Philippines needs to do is to really begin to rally international support beyond what we've seen so far, right? So statements of support are good. Statements condemning China's actions are also good. But really, we've gotten to the point where we can't simply sit back as an international community and say this is fine. We're like the dog in the cartoon where the house is on fire. This blockade that's been put in place by China is the only thing like it on the planet, as far as I can tell, where one large country is blockading the military outposts of a smaller neighbor with, during peacetime with apparently mostly absolute immunity.
Right. Onizame Four's windshield even shattered after it was hit by China's water cannon, with at least 4 people on board being injured. How can the Philippines actually hold Asia's largest economy, which first refuses to adhere to international law and second recognize the Philippines' jurisdiction in these waters?
Well, the Philippines is doing something very admirable right now, which is holding China accountable, at least on the international stage. It's very laudable that the Philippines has bravely gone out and released all of these pictures and all of this evidence and refused to back down. And it's getting to the point where, the international community really can't any longer pretend that it doesn't see. So, I think that the Philippines is in for a long struggle, but I think that there are seeds being sown that could lead the Philippines to be able to start making gains over the long term in being able to sort of put itself in a better negotiating position, because China simply will have to start dealing with all of the reputational damage that it's incurring.
Right. You have two kinds of strategy at play here. First, you have the Philippines, as you mentioned, rallying support from the international community, most of it verbally. But on the other hand, you have China employing more physical tactics, such as the use of water cannons, military-grade lasers, even employing blockades within the West Philippine Sea. Do you think that the Philippine strategy will bode well when it's put against China, which is more aggressive, bigger in terms of military might and economy?
Well, the Philippines is clearly incurring additional risk during this time. China's basic strategy with these kinds of things is to try to out-escalate you. And so what they want is they want to convince the Philippines that it is willing to escalate beyond what the Philippines can bear. And so far, the Philippines has held up under the strain. But, should China eventually get the Philippines to crack, that would sort of signal to China that it has won and it can continue to use these tactics. So, the Philippines clearly needs the support of the world, the community that respects and depends upon the rules-based order, and it is highly incumbent upon us in the United States as the Philippines, treaty ally, as well as others, to make sure that China understands that it's going to start incurring real costs if it continues to act like